Welcome again. So in the previous lecture, we looked into the field mapping and conversion rules. So now we were going to look into this next step, maintain fixed values, translation, and user-defined routines. Obviously, I am not going to go into much details on that, but I will give you kind of a basic understanding because we will be covering that in our coming up lectures. As I mentioned, when we will be discussing the rules and stuff, we will discuss that because we are not taking that into consideration in this LSMW, but let's execute that and I will show you how it basically works. So basically in your data, if there is anything consistent, like for example, from the SAP finance perspective, let's say it's a company code, it's a country key, it's a posting key, etc., then you can just have a fixed value here in the LSMW itself instead of maintaining the whole column in your file. The same way, if we talk about from the sales side, let's say sales organization, division channel, and obviously the material group, etc. And then obviously from the material management standpoint, it could be a material group, it could be a plant, it could be uh, anything like that which is kind of a consistent all across. Then obviously instead of maintaining the whole file with the multiple columns where you have repetitive data in that column or maybe just single value all over, then instead of uh, creating maintaining that information in the file, basically we can maintain the fixed values here as well, which we will look into that in our coming up lecture when we will talk about the rules, etc. So it was all about, it was, let me remind you one more time, it was more of a informative lecture. We are not going to go into detail right now, but obviously, as I mentioned, we will discuss that in our coming up lecture. I will stop here and I will see you in our next lecture.